Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you all another sketch with me video, but today's video is a tiny bit different and very special to me because normally when I do a sketch with me video I don't have a specific plan, but today while I was in my art room inspiration struck me and I just formulated a plan of what I wanted to do. A while back I did a video where I was painting on these pins and I customized pins, and I drew this set of 8 characters all in a very monochromatic way with each pin being its own color. As you can see here, each pin there's like a black, gray, white one, a red one, an orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. And so for today's sketch with me video, I wanted to bring these girls back and draw them and paint them in my sketchbook. And this isn't something I normally do. I don't normally bring back characters or designs besides like vague things like pastel rainbow. And when I looked at them and saw them in my art room, I knew I wanted to bring them back, and what better place than into my sketchbook. Since the original designs are all silhouettes basically because of how small the pins are, I wanted to sketch them out more, I guess, traditionally or normally with like an actual face and everything. So that was the plan for today. The other part of what makes this video so special is that I am using my watercolor pencils, which I don't ever use unless I'm doing a doll customization or a doll face up. And so these don't get that much use since I've only done one doll on my video. And a little spoiler, I am working on my second one, but it's just taking a lot of time. But the reason I chose to use my watercolor pencils to do this video today is because I actually wanted to use my watercolor paints to kind of paint and fill in the background, and so I just thought it would hopefully work well together since you can add water to these pencils and kind of paint with them that way. And as you can see, I did the first 4 on the top, but I did them really small because I have really bad spacing issues. And so the top 4 are a lot like tinier than the bottom 4. And I don't hate how it looks, it just is a little bit odd. It kind of makes it look like the top 4 are like younger than the bottom 4, and those bottom 4 are older, I guess. I've never really brought back a design or characters like this. To be honest, I never thought these pins would be like characters or anything like that, and I've never really thought about making characters on my channel. But while I was doing this, I just felt really inspired and was just thinking of so many different things about these characters and making them into characters and bringing them back in different ways. And so this whole process went by super quickly for me because I was just so inspired and creativity was just flowing through me. I think the monochromatic part of each character made it a lot easier in a way. At least for me, I felt like having and being restricted to like 2 or 3 colors each made it a lot easier when designing each character. And while I didn't want to do like an exact copy paste from the pins onto this paper, I did still want them to be similar to each other, so I did have the pins close at hand as references. But once the initial drawing was done, I did pull out my watercolor and started kind of painting in the background. My idea was kind of to box them in and kind of give them like their own rooms, I guess you could say, each of them having their own room with like their color. I felt like this wasn't necessarily necessary. I really liked how they looked on their own without like the background, but part of me also felt weird just leaving it all white. And I felt like this might tie them back to the pins a bit more because that's how they looked on the pins. But it really did play in heavily with the monochromaticness of each character. But I truly enjoyed this page, more so than I probably have enjoyed any of the pages I've done so far in my Sketch With Me series. And disclaimer as always, these are just sketches, so they're not meant to be perfect, and I am using watercolor, and I love watercolor painting, but I'm not the best at it. But I am still practicing and learning, which is one of the reasons I like using it for the Sketch With Me series and my Create This Book series, so I can practice watercolor painting. I had just the most fun I've had in a while sketching on this book for this video today, and I'm just really happy with how it turned out. There are some minor issues here and there that I can see in the drawing because it's obviously not perfect, but it still was just very happy to do, and as I mentioned before, I was just very inspired while working on this page. And this is how it turned out after it dried. I feel like it's somewhat hard to see on camera, at least from far away, but when you zoom in closely, I just really love how each of them turned out. I like seeing them next to the original pins, and I like just thinking about different stories about what these characters could be or are. The orange pin is honestly the hardest to see. And surprisingly, I think the green one might be my favorite. I just really like how the pin looks, and I really like how this drawing of her came out. But I truly enjoyed this video, making it and everything, and I really hope you all enjoyed it as well. And I hope you all like this drawing and the fact that I brought back these pins from a while ago. Thank you all so much for watching this video and for watching all of my videos. I greatly appreciate it. Bye!